what we do, let's discuss about the Docker run versus CMD versus entry point. Okay, before going to do like what we discussed last session, we discussed about what is the difference between the copy and add, and we saw that Docker save command, and we saw the Docker cp command and Docker load command. These are the things we discussed in the yesterday session, right? Okay, good. Now let's see that what is the difference between the run, CMD, entry point. Remember, these three commands in the Docker file, okay, having a two forms basically, and this entry point having a three forms, but CMD having a three forms. Apart from that, and like as this run, CMD, entry point. Now these three having a two forms. These are all having the two forms. Okay, what are the two forms? Is one is that shell form and EXEC form. Okay, shell form and EXEC form. What do you mean shell form means? Now it has like normal Linux command we are gonna use, like as for example, yum install like Java. Now this is the like as shell form. EXE form is like as something like that. If you have a braces here, okay, braces here, and the first parameter, like it will be something like as yum install, like something like don't think so, like Java will come the next parameter, something like that. Okay, that is executable and something like that, or else Java and then parameters will come like next hyphen y, something like that. Okay, no, like whenever you see the braces for any command, that maybe it's correct or not, that's we can give remove, don't think about that. Means if you have the braces and the multiple parameters, we can write here that, like we call as a exe form. For example, let's say another example I'm going to try, like as it's a executable will come here, and something like the parameter will come like echo madhu. Now this is the like something like that, echo madhu means it's a executable command and the parameter, like as what output you want to print. Now it will print the madhu. Now this is a exe form. Exe form contains the braces here. Exe form contains the braces here, and then shell form contains the like as normal Linux command how look like this. Sir, what is the difference between these two? Okay, what is the difference between these two? First, let's discuss that also. Okay, later we'll discuss about the all those things. And before going to do like what time we can use run, or what time we are going to use the CMD, what time we can use the entry part. Let's define that. Later we'll see the difference. Okay, run command used for any Linux command you want to be run. Any command you want to be run, like any command. Let's say, okay, just simply that any command you want to be run, and these command will be these commands will execute the at the time of build. Okay, this will be execute this run instructions in the Docker file, all will be execute at the time of build. Okay, and now CMD and entry point, these two are the executables. Like as when you start your application, what is your final thing, like what your final command to run your program, what is the final command to execute your program? No, that we are going to give it in the executables. Okay, it is executable, it's a executable, and this also is executable. Okay, to run final output or final command, let's say, to run final command to make it your application is up and running. Okay, now these commands will run. Okay, these commands will execute at the time of run. Means this one is separate and this one is separate. This will execute at the time of build. These two are the execute at the time of run. Now these both are same. Purpose was the same, but there is a one small difference between these two. Okay, when the CMD interval having some difference, no, that is a one of the important interview question, and you have to be think about that which one we need to use the first. Okay, either interval, either CMD, depends on your requirement. You have to be decide that. Now first of all, I'm going to do that first. What is the difference between the shell form and exe form? Now let's open the document of CMD entry point. Docker. Okay. Now see here, some of Docker instructions look like similar and cause of confusion among the developers and who have started using Docker, okay, regularly. In this post, I'll explain for this. Not like this is what I my post and the run CMD entry point. Okay. Now, okay, run CMD entry point. What is the like? Run will execute the commands. A new layer of creates an image. Okay, that is often to use to installing software packages. It is using for the installing software packages or any command like cd command, tar command, untar command, okay, like remove command, any command you want to execute, we are going to use the run command, curl command, duplicate command, anything, anything you want to use any Linux command, then we can use the run option. And CMD sets the default command and sets the default command and parameters which can be override from the command line when the Docker container runs. Okay, configures the container will run the executable. No, this is the only difference. Okay, like basically, we'll talk about more on this. Okay, you won't understand right now. We'll see the hands-on. Now, first of all, let's understand the shell form and exe form. All these three instructions contains the shell form and exe form, and get understand the what is the difference between the shell form and exe form. Now, first of all, let's start our system. Okay, fine. Now let's connect the server. So I have connected successfully. Now see here, do we run the Docker PS? Okay, nothing is running here. Docker ps-a, there are a lot of executed commands are there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to removing this. Okay, Docker rm command to remove the containers, right? Now I'll pass the all the container IDs. Docker ps-aq. If you use the aq, all will be containers IDs will come. Now this output container IDs will be passed as input for this Docker rm. Now everything will be cleaned up. One command, do everything. instead of doing manually. That's done. Super. Next, what we do now? I'm gonna create one folder. Okay, mkdir. Okay, like as you know, let's do this. CMD, just some folder name. cd cmd entry. Now let's create a file. I'm gonna create one Docker file. Just understand that what command it is. Now, just I'm trying to explaining that this example, not putting that shell form or exe form. Everything is a shell form which I've written here. Okay, as a Linux command here. And if you can see here, how it look like the shell form. No, shell form look like this. Instruction and command. That's it. Okay. Exe form look like it is. Exe form like this. Instruction and executable and parameter one, parameter two, something like that. Okay. No, that was instruction means like as run or that kind of CMD or entry point is a instruction file, Dockerfile instruction, and executable is this, and then this is on install Python like this we have to parameters, huh, like this. Previously I showed you right something like this. Okay, I'll come back that. Okay, now let's do this. What I'm trying to explain here is this. Now, hello world CMD from CMD and hello world from entry point. Okay, just without any, misunderstanding for which one is printing for this. Now guess it here. Which one will execute? Either CM, both are executables, right? As far we understand, CMD and refine both are executables at the time of runtime. Now, if I give both CMD and refine, which one will execute in this scenario? Like both are executables, but both won't run because only one will be the final hero, right? In the movie, anywhere if you go, only one is the hero, right? No, two executables are there here. Okay, don't say sir like triple R is the two heroes are there, sir. That's fine, but I'm saying this is scenario. Okay, most of the movies, let's say. Tell me, guys,
Entry point.
your voice is too low, or if
Entry point, Madhu.
huh? Entry point, huh? Okay, that's okay. Now I'll do one thing because how you said because of it's a down, right? I'll do this. Tell me now. Which one will execute? You can write a single Docker file, multiple CMDs. That's fine. But in this, I have three. One is first CMD, entry point, CMD. At this scenario, which one will execute? Both are executable. Three are executables here. Three executables I have. But in real scenario, we won't get a three executables. Only one executable will come. Okay. But yes, but to understanding, if you have multiple, how it is the order of precedence will happen. Let's build this. Okay. I have a command. Just I'll do copy paste. Okay. I don't want to waste our time. Okay. Image name is test. Okay. Image name is test. I'm building. Update was there. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Now the image is done. Now let's run as a container. Okay. Docker run -it of a name test and test one. Just I give this test one and test. This is the image name and that is the container name. Now what is printing now? Final output is that which one? Even CMD is also there, but only entry point will be print. Is clear, guys? First preference is the entry point. Wherever it is there. Wherever first is there, last is there, middle is there, even if you have multiple CMDs, first preference is that is the entry point. Is it clear now, guys? Understand? Understand now? Okay, that we have to be remember. Even this is one of the important, interview questions they're gonna ask you. They will be confuse you. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna remove this entry point. Okay, I comment this. I'm gonna comment this. Okay. I'm gonna give two, like as 2, 3, 4, 5 CMDs. Okay. Now which one will execute in this scenario? Only CMDs are there. 5 CMDs are there. Which one will execute? Let's build this. I'm gonna give the one here. Okay. Now let's say again one I given here. This is for example. Container. Tell me guys, which one will execute? Guess it.
The last one.
First one.
No, it is not a kind of a bottom actually. Okay, like this is the entry point is
First
the
one.
first preference. Okay. Now see here. Okay, image name is not changed. Okay, column one. Which one will execute it now here? Which one executed here now?
The
Hello
last
Varun
one.
from CMD5 means remember if this is a question I faced multiple time in the interview point of view. Okay, now if you have multiple CMDs in a single Docker file, last one even everyone will execute, but we take as output is the CMD only, last CMD. In case if multiple entry point is there, first entry point will take as the executable. No, let's try that also. Okay, let's
But
try that
Madhu,
when I never we try.
Madhu, can you hear me?
Okay, now let's try with, let's remove this all. Now take only entry point here, multiple entry point here. Insert mode 2, 3, 4. Okay, now 2, 3, 4. I have a 4 here, 4 entry points. I keep it. I'm gonna build with version 2 here. I'm gonna run with the 2 and I'm gonna run the container also 2. Okay. See here, which one will print? At the last entry point only printing. Here also in the same scenario. Entry point if I having even CMD having the last one will execute. Only entry point if you have. If a combination both they have, where is the entry point is that is the final output. Yes. Understand guys? Clear now? Clear now? Even if you have 4 entry point, the last entry point will take. If you have 4 CMDs, last CMD will take. In case in between like as entry point will come, entry point will be the final output. Okay. Even for example, in such a cases, okay, like I'm gonna do one more method. Okay. Now you have CMD entry point, which are the entry point will take, right? Anyway, like as even if you do CMD down, even entry point up, but entry point only will take a order of precedence. First entry point is the one is the main executable, let's say. Okay. If you have CMD entry point both, like entry point will be take. But there is some scenario, both we are using, but both will execute also. Both we are using, both will execute CMD entry point. At what time? That I'm going to show the difference between the CMD entry point. Okay, fine. This is just want to show you guys how to use the CMD entry point run command. Everything is a shell form here. Okay. Now let's discuss about the what is the difference between the shell form and exe form. Okay, shell form and exe form. Now this is a one Docker file. I'm gonna do like same inside. Open the Docker file. One command $d. Let's remove everything. Okay. Now I'm keeping this. Okay. Now save this. Save this file. Now let's use the Docker build. I'm gonna use 3. Okay. And let me explain the one more time the file. What does do? It will just Ubuntu. It will update the Ubuntu system. And I set up a one environment variable. Key is the name and value is the Madhusudan. The value is the Madhusudan. Okay, key is the name and the value is the Madhusudan. This is the ENV, instruction. Now, when I print entry point echo hello dollar name. Dollar name means it will be read this variable. Now, what is the output we are expecting here, guys? What is the output we're getting here?
Madhu.
Hello, Madhu, Sudan, right? Both. It's a one word. It is a one word only. Okay. This is the key, and this entire thing is the one word. Okay. Fine. If you are confusion, now let's remove the Sudan actually. Okay, let's say name Madhu. Let's say name is the key, and the Madhu is the value. This is the key value. Okay. Fine. Now, what is the value? What is expecting here? What is the output we are getting here? Hello, Madhu. Right. Now, that is what we are expecting as an entry point. Now, let me build this image. We already built that. We already built, right? Now, let's build again. Okay. Fine. Let's run the container. Run the container with the 3 and 3. I'm going to run this. Now, hello Madhu is printing. Now that is working when you use the cell phone. But the same Docker file, if I use that exe form, okay, this is the echo. Okay, now echo just second. Syntax is that comma will come like this. Echo comma there. Okay. Echo hello name it is there. Just I reconstruct that normal command into exe form command. Exe form means then double braces will be there. Okay. Now save this. Let's build this. Now in this Docker file also what we are expecting, guys? What is the output we are expecting?
Hello,
Echo
Madhu.
hello dollar name is the environment variable. What is the output will print?
Hello, Madhu. That is what we are.
Hello Madhu only print, right? Basically that's what we are expecting. Now let's build this. I'm gonna build as a 4. I'm gonna run as a 4. Now see what is the output is printed. Hello name is printed, but it is does not understanding what is the dollar name means. Okay, means it is not understanding. You print, you ask for this print, but the system is not understanding. There is a in shell basically. If you type env, that all the environment variable will come. If you want to read the environment variable, we are going to use the dollar. No, I am writing here only, but it is not understanding. It is not understanding. No, because it's not a shell form. If it is a exe form, when you pass as a exe form, you have to provide the complete information about the what you are doing. what you are doing. What is this? Executable need to be passed. Now, like this, you have to tell the system, alright, this is a executable, and this is a where you need to be take as executable. Okay, now let's this way. We have to tell this way. Okay, this is the bash scripting, and this is one of the bash command. Now, like this, we need to be execute something like this. Understand, right? So that is the shell form and exe form difference. Now, executables are proper. You have to be mention that what it is means. What is trying to achieve here is. Now you have to be provide that this is C means command. Okay, like C means command. Okay, this bash command and this is the command I'm executing. This is one of the bash command keys. Okay, now save this and build this. So file. Now see. So this time it is print the hello mother. No, it will understand. Okay, this is a bash scripting you are writing. $name means I need to read the environment variable. No, that's we need to be think as a that it will be think that you will be get the like as exe form level. Understand, guys? Like shell form means it will by default is a shell. Okay, that will only you know to tell that what is you need to be execute here. Now, when you use the exe form, the system does not understand that what is the command you are executing. You need to give the complete executable for that. What you are doing. Is it clear, guys? Clear now? Very much. That is just difference between shell form and X form. That much we won't think actually. Okay. Whenever we are using in the Docker file, the run command always is shell form. Always will be shell form. And CMD will be always is the like as shell form only mostly right? Mostly. Okay. Sometime we are gonna give that if you have a shell script, some like for example Tomcat. Okay, Tomcat service you want to start, then go for that path and then do the like a Catalina dataset and start command. That we can put in a exe form. That executables. Okay. If you have like normal Java and jar that command, then we are going to use the shell form itself. Okay, that will be very simple for us. Okay, and then entry point mostly we are going to use that like as here. Okay, like as we are going to use that is a exe form only entry point mostly. Okay, why and all I'll tell you. Okay, I'll show that. Next example we'll see this. And now discuss about the what is the difference between the CMD and entry point. CMD and entry point. Both are executable, but what is the difference is the CMD parameters are override at while running the Docker container. At running Docker container. Okay, at Docker container. Okay, and entry point. Now this will be like as we can't override the parameters even running or whenever. Okay, we can't override the parameters. We can't override the parameter means if we give a command in an entry point that is a fixed, it's never gonna change in the future. Anytime you can't override that. You can't override the parameters. You can't override the parameters. But one more thing, you can you can override the entire entry point command, but you can't override the parameters. Okay, I worry that even I face this question. Okay, one of the interview, they asked me a question: what is the difference between the CMD entry point? I explained the both, and clearly, and they're gonna asking me like, "Are you sure? Like, can we not override the entire? Can we not over the entry point command?" No, I told that time I don't know. Basically, I never execute that command. Okay, I'm not sure, like as I say that I'm not sure. Okay, now after that I read that now we can override the entire entry point command but not parameters. Okay, let's see that hands on, then we'll get more clear. Okay, what I'm talking about. Maybe theoretically it will bit confuse subject. What is the parameters? How do you pass parameters? Okay, what you are talking about parameter at runtime. How do you pass that? Maybe you will get a confused. Now let's build that up example, then you will get understand. Okay, now run command can be used for installation something commands here. Okay, that's done. And CMD contains the three forms here basically. One is CMD executable and here shell form, and this is a EXE form. This one we are preferred one. And CMD and parameters we can pass in a CMD. Executable we can pass in entry point. Okay, in scenario, real scenario. Combination of entry point and CMD we can use. And entry point we can use only two forms. One is shell form, one is the other one is the EXE form, preferred one. Mostly the braces we are going to use. That is the one is the preferred one. Okay, preferred one is that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a Dockerfile. Guys, let me know if you're not understanding. I'm using a CMD shell form here. I'm passing a one command like echo hello world. Now what is the output will print? Hello world will be print if I run this container. Let's run that. Let's build this. Let's run this. See, hello world is print. But when you create this, when I passing something like is instead of that another command I'm passing, like as I'm gonna do the bin bash for example, let's say bash or else something like as instead of bin bash, like say print it is not understanding this parameter. Let's this is not taking as output. I'll tell you. Now let me take a pass something bin bash something. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason. Okay. Now see here, I'm passing a bin bash. Now when I do this, what it should do basically, what it should be print in the CMD executable. We have a hello world, right? Now what happened? Let's see. Let me check this. Now what happened? Where is the hello world is print? That should be print echo command. No? Instead of that, what is taking as input? Now it taking as a bin bash is a my input. Bin bash is the my input is taking. Now it's over at the echo command. It is over at the echo command. It is over at the echo command to bin bash means shell is opened. Okay. Now same thing I do the entry point also. Control PQ. Same thing I'm gonna do for entry point. Okay. Entry point it is. I'm gonna build the image 7 and I'm gonna run the container 7 and the 7 here. Okay. Now what it will do? It will print the same like a CMD. Hello world it will print. But when I did the when use the CMD, okay, when I use the bin bash, what happened? Instead of echo command, this is taking as a precedence, right? Your command will be executed. With override the your CMD to echo command to this bin bash is executed. Yes or no? Are you got it, guys?
Yeah, man.
Are you got it? It's clear, na?
Madhu, it means that it is overriding the CMD command, right?
Sorry?
It means it is overriding the CMD command.
Parameters can be override in the CMD. Okay. Now I'm overriding this again with the entry point. See this. Let's see the final output. Container name is already there. So see, even I'm overriding bin bash, it is not taking as a overriding. It is printing as a what you print in the entry point. But if you do the same thing here, it is overriding in the CMD. Means whenever you feel my parameters are will change at runtime, that time we'll go for CMD. Now whenever you feel like as my parameters never be changed, even someone will try to override, it shouldn't allow. It's that scenario we are go for the which one, entry point. Are you got it, guys? Understand? Understand now? Understand?
Which
Is it
means
clear now?
like for entry point, whatever we give in the like the Docker file, only that will always executed, irrespective of whether whatever parameter you pass.
If you try it, you can't
But
override.
in CMD,
But if you try it,
whatever. Oh,
it will go.
oh, okay.
Okay, that is the only main difference between. But there is a scenario you can use the combination also. Okay, so no exe form we're going to use. This is a combination. Okay. This is a combination I can use. Okay, like as entry point will be the bin echo command. Hello is the one first parameter. World is the second parameter. Hello is the one where parameter. Second parameter is the world. Is got it right? What I'm saying is clear now, guys? Clear now? Like as bin echo is the executable. Hello is the first one parameter, and world is the second parameter. Like your wish, like whatever, how many you want, you can keep it the permanent. Overriding one, we can keep it in a CMD. Okay, let's see that how it works. Combination with the exe form. Let's build the image. See, this is critically bit confused. Like when you do the practically, will get more clear. Okay, 8, 8. See, hello world is printing. Now, in case you want to override this, okay, some parameters. Okay, that's something 8 1 and 8. Now, how do you override this? You just simply say the like something the parameter. It's a hello, all right? Now, hello, for example, hello will be fixed the parameter. The second parameter will be changed every time. The will be printed instead of world. What is printed now? Deepa is printed, right? Now, world is not printing. For example, whatever you want to change. Now, whenever you have a requirement that okay, the fix of the parameters and only one parameter will be changed. In such scenario, we can use the combination of like here both, whatever you want, whatever the name is. It will override that one. Now what? Let me open the Dockerfile now. See, this one. This will be override this parameter. No executable this here. Parameter one and parameter two here. Executable I'm not changing. Executable always will be the echo. Executable will always the echo. Oh. Clear?